welcome back to another episode of my restaurant remake, and you're watching the Food Travel Shopping channel. Today I will be making a sausage puff pastry, and this is something that is well known in the UK. And whenever I go to the UK, oh my goodness, I have to get my sausage puff pastry. Otherwise, I haven't been to UK. Now, another place that it is also pretty famous in terms of the sausage puff pastry, it is Australia. Well, because of the UK influence, the Great Britain influence in Australia. So I am going to prepare the sausage puff pastry. So some of the ingredients would be, of course, a puff pastry, pre-made puff pastry, some sausage meat. Okay, so you can get some in the local market. 2 tablespoons of the apple sauce, and I have some water here as well. And then of course, don't forget your eggs, and we're gonna have some flour to roll out the dough. So let's get started. All right, I'm just gonna add 4 tablespoons of water into my sausage first. And we're gonna use a spoon to kind of give it a good mix. Okay, or we can use our hand here. So that's why I have my gloves on here. So it's just a little bit easier to kind of use our hand here to mix the water with our sausage. Now, I love fennel seeds. So even though this is a pre-seasoned sausage mixture here that I got from my local supermarket, I usually add 1 teaspoon of the fennel seed. And I have pre-grind them. So it just really brings out the sausage flavor. It's just, for some reason, I really like the fennel seed flavor, especially with sausages. A little bit more black pepper. Okay. All right, so new gloves. Go ahead and mix our pork sausage. So the mixture should be a little bit elastic, okay? It's like the meat turns into a little bit elastic here, so you can see. All right. All right. So the texture is like stickiness, you know, and it has some, I don't know, I call it like elastic, you know, it's just like the gluiness of the meat. And all right, so now I'm gonna get a saran wrap here, and I'm gonna put my sausage meat here in the saran wrap. Now, I just find it easier just to put it in the saran wrap, and I want to make it, you know, in a way it's like rolling out sushi in a way. All right, so you wanted to have it in a long cylindrical shape in terms of your pork sausage. Okay, so I'm gonna actually cut it in half and get another piece of saran wrap because it's too much, I don't want the pork sausage to be that thick. All right, so I have another clean saran wrap here, and I'm gonna cut the pork sausage in half, so then the new one goes in, and then this one right here, I'll wrap it again and try to roll it out. All right, so I'm gonna roll it out like this, like a normal sausage side. Okay, so you can see like this. All right, so I'm just gonna put it in the freezer a little bit. So I just wanna firm up my sausage meat before I put it on the puff pastry. All right, with the second one, we're gonna do the same thing here. All right, so I am making it longer like a sausage. And the idea is we don't want it to be too thick. All right, so this is good. And use the saran wrap to just roll it up. And then I'm just gonna give it a little spin here to close off the end. And there we have it. That is my filling for the sausage. All right, so again, I'm gonna put this in the freezer just to firm it up a little bit. So approximately 10 minutes. All right, so one technique here when I roll out my dough, I like to use saran wrap to kind of cover my countertop. It's just easier for cleanup. Alright, so essentially it's just easier for cleanup. Alright, so I'm gonna put some flour here onto my working station. So I'm gonna, with my rolling pin, I'm just gonna roll out the flour a little bit, so then that rolling pin is gonna have some flour as well. Alright, so we're ready for our puff pastry. Alright, so we're gonna unfold our puff pastry here. Alright, so we're gonna roll this out. Alright, so I'm gonna use my knife to cut this in half. And again, I'm gonna use my net cutter here to cut this one on top. Alright, we're gonna open it up. Alright, so with my knife, I am going... Okay, with my dough cutter, I'm gonna cut off the side here. So it gives me a nice straight edge. Okay, same thing on this side. I'm gonna take out one of my sausage. Now, before I do that, I am going to layer the pastry on the bottom where I'm gonna put the sausage with some applesauce. Alright, so perfect size in terms of the length of my sausage. I'm just gonna unroll the sausage here. And we're just gonna simply put it on top. Alright, so I'm gonna slide this over right there. Perfect. Alright, so with the net that I have here, I am gonna put this on top of it. Alright, so the net cutter sometimes, even though it cut, but it didn't cut through, so you really need to press really hard against the dough, so then it makes it nice clean cuts. So that's just from my experience, but still it creates this very, very nice shape. Love this net cutter. So I'm just gonna like slide it over here on top, just like that. All right, so essentially I'm gonna cut off any the extra pastry here that I don't want. Okay, so just like that, that's our sausage puff pastry. All right, so we're gonna transfer this over to our baking sheet. All right, so I'm gonna use a spatula to help me transfer this over. All right, we wanna be extra delicate here. All right, so then we can brush off some egg yolk, beaten egg, right? And we're gonna put it on top directly. All right, so in goes the sausage puff pastry. We're gonna bake it for 350 degrees. 30 minutes. Alright, so after 30 minutes of baking, this is our sausage puff pastry. Alright, we're gonna put it on top of our stove here to let it sit and rest. Okay, so here we are. This is my sausage puff pastry. How good it is. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this long piece into 4 pieces. So I'm gonna cut right down in the middle first. And then carefully cut another half. Okay, so we can serve it. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the other side first. Alright. Alright, so I'll put this one here. This is my sausage puff pastry. Okay, let's do our taste test. Okay. I actually really like the sausage meat here. And the puff pastry is actually, I rolled it out, try to roll it out in the minimum so it's as thin as possible. Oh my goodness. Perfect, really good. Really brought back memories. Like I said earlier, whenever I go to UK, I always have to get the sausage puff pastry. Now, I can make it at home. I hope you enjoy another great episode of my sausage puff pastry here. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the Food Travel Shopping channel, hit the subscribe button below. And also hit the bell notification for our latest video and update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time in my restaurant remake.